You know what? Baby Yoda is actually kind of cute. It's funny. What? Okay. Right there. I'm really guessing. Ugh, I hate that. That feeling like it's not pointing where it needs to be. Okay, that's about right. Yeah, last few times I overguessed it. Sorry. Yes, focus on your own thing, guys. Basically just me just doing my thing here. Shit, I'm supposed to be fucking resting. Baby Yoda is kind of cute. Also, if you guys aren't following my community posts, I do post frequently there. Oh, okay, here it is. It's the surface. Okay. I do listen to your guys' thoughts. We're all connected. I do listen to your guys' thoughts. We are all connected. You'll be calling me. You'll be calling me royalty. Always do what you can to be nice to everyone that you meet. I don't care how lowly you think that they are, or where they are in life. Because you never know who you might meet or who you might be kind and nice to in life. You don't do it for that reason. You just do it to be kind to a soul. Because that memory, that experience just sticks with them for life. And also, I'm going to make sure that when you guys next come back in this lifetime, you will remember everything that you guys did. Like, you won't forget what you learned akashically. You will carry those experiences and memories on. So I want you to have formative and transformative experiences with your friends. Be nice to people. Be slow with your community. Remember what they do. Pay attention to their lives, like, to actually make space for their words. And to, yeah, really listen to them. That's what I'm doing nowadays. It's fun. It's different. Usually I never really slowed down for that. I kind of glossed over, treated everyone as unimportant. Because basically I was on a mission, soul path, purpose, but that doesn't form connections that well to you, for you. It doesn't form connections that well to you. You want to be slow in people's lives. And to take time and space and to listen to them properly and really take them in. Really understand them if you can. That's what a true master does, because that's all there is. Life, you guys. Without you guys, life really has no meaning. No real true value. There's no one to teach, no one to really be happy for. Nothing really to shine for. So if you're just living out by yourself, what's the point, you know? Basically my experiences as the doctor. Guy floating off in space. You'll see. I'm either talking out my ass or... But anyways, oh fuck, that thing's so freaking hot. I'm gonna turn to the other... Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda wanted me. I mean, that's actually pretty cool. You know what? Initially I was gonna belittle it for like bad choreography or like bad low budget puppeteering, whatever, but years ago as kids we could always make believe and make the best out of things and make things seem more realistic and more believable and real than they actually was. And that's kind of the beauty of it. Even being as adults, because we're not really adults, we're just grown kids. Even being as adults, you can make things, you can keep the magic alive by basically playing along and like, I don't know, like giving into the theatrics of it and like really just putting on a show and just like, Speaker showed that to me like just in one random stream that I just tuned into, and if the stream hadn't even started yet, so like all of her words that she was written would have been lost just because it wasn't being recorded at the time. It wasn't even like, it wasn't even streaming. It was just before the stream, the waiting part, the waiting room. And she's like basically like putting on a show for all of us, for me and all of us. She's putting on a show for me and all of us, and it's just, it's like a funny thing. It's like, oh no, it's like, oh da 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 da, oh no da 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 da. I was like, what? And I barely even remember like what she said, but it's just the emotion stuck with me. Like the storytelling element that she was doing. She was doing a thing. It was like that. It's like those moments in between, like when you're with your kids, like off to the airport, and it's like you just like have a interaction with them, and you tell them a funny story, or just you make them laugh. It's just precious. You just completely give your whole attention to it, and it's like everything was drawing me to that moment. Just like pay attention to like what she was saying, or just the energy of it, her delivery of it. It was the coolest thing. It was just, for me, it was just it's a nonsense thing. It was just a side story. It was just, but it earned me big points. I was like, that's so cool. I want to be able to do that to my kids. That's so freaking cool, lady. Thank you, soul. You're so awesome. I hope to be just as awesome as you one day. It's basically how I feel, how everyone feels. People want someone to look up to. People want someone to look up to, pretty much always. People want someone to look up to, pretty much always. You can't help but look up to certain people. To want to make them, to basically put all your beliefs, your hopes, desires in them. Sometimes, especially when they seem just so otherworldly. I'm talking about Elia and like Amelie and like Rin Penrose, all those people who seem too big for life, and like Jack Black and like Jim Carrey in his good days, and like Morgan Freeman and all those big to life characters. Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man. Chris Hemlock as Thor. And I want to make it so that everyone is basically comfortable to be exactly who they are. Pretty much no matter what. It's just your VTuber name is like shown to next to your face, and your identity, your real name, persona. It's like it doesn't matter because like you're safe in the world. There's no harm ever going to come to you simply because we all know better now, basically, in other words. And no one's like too high-strung or possessive or things like that. So we can all just be kids again. So that we can all just shoot the shit. Just like we did on not Discord, but Unison League. And like, basically, if you guys ever pay attention to how I talk with the X3s and all that, that's how I talked on Unison League. A daily running commentary of just like you have the chat bubble. It just keeps going up. You are the chat bubble. And whoever's the loudest sticks out the most. whoever can get the words out the quickest. That's pretty much how I type. I type very expressively, very energetically, enthusiastically, because I love life, damn it. I love life. I love people. I love making people happy. And I love finding my own reasons to smile. My cat is such a great reason to smile. Mom, Dad, man, guys, fuck you. My cat pays me better attention and gives me better care and friendship than y'all do. That's why I take care of him. That, and it's a very easy way, paying him food is a very easy way to basically keep my property safe. He's my early detection warning system. I never have to worry about security because he's there, either from possums or from breaking and entering. He just basically sits there, and if he moves too suddenly, I'll hear him. I'll hear him through all the rubble and the trash through that door, and it alerts me. I don't have to worry about possums. I don't have to worry about he'll fucking fight them off. He'll yell, he'll growl at them. He's cool like that. He don't take no back talk up. He don't take no back talk up in this bitch. He don't take no back talk up in this bitch. He slaps her. Don't slap people, guys. Don't try to do that. Speak up. But anyways, so the only thing I really worry about nowadays is basically causing chaos when there should be peace. They just like nonsensical, stupid things. I do it to my cat all the time. No, I can't. I'll basically look at him and go, because he'll look at me and meow or like something, and like, I'm trying not to do that. Trying not to provoke this. Sorry. What the hell was that? I don't know. Basically, I kept myself entertained as a kid because it was so boring, often silence, and just no expression, basically, no ability to express yourself. So Mom worked nightly. Couldn't make any noise during the day. So during those moments when you can, you were as loud as possible to relieve and vent all your pent-up energy, your frustration. Just how miserable things are with life and how basically you're ignored. So you take it out on your siblings and your sister. My sister misses me nowadays, so I can feel it. She knows that if basically quiet is nice up to a point, till it's basically just lonely and boring and unexciting, and so finding difference in balance and also a say-so-ness which needs to be accounted for. It's like you're not so crazy. Okay, yeah, also basically basically got, what's it called? This thing. What I do with all these spent pieces of, all the pieces that I cut off, basically. Smaller clippings. Those are good. I can still reuse these. I'll put all the rubber inside. I can't wait till I can actually walk again. Do things normally. That really hurt. Yeah, I'm still in pain, guys. It's okay. That's also the other thing is about like not I encourage you to talk about your problems, even openly sometimes, because unless you do, this basically goes against the old paradigm of keeping your silence, of like not telling anybody your problems. You should, because they really, even though you should do your best to handle them, they never really gets, you don't allow people the free will and choice to understand and to step in on your behalf. So you need to give them that allowance if you can. If you feel so, yeah. We've had a very lot of old, uncompassionate paradigms. And I don't want those for y'all. I don't want them for you all. Man, I hope this isn't framed. It doesn't look like it. It worries me. It's a wider field of view than I think and I thought, but I keep getting parts of me in that I don't want in. I'm like, oh, I'm out of frame. No, I'm not. I'm fully up on the frame. I'm fully in frame. I'm so naked. Elliot, you go, girl. You freaking go, girl. I'm so proud of you. Oh, man. Like, listen, like, I want you guys to have partners and, like, people that y'all can, like, party and pal around with. That's how it's meant to be. Like, I see the people who you're all meant for. I feel potentials rather of who you're meant for, and sometimes I actually see them. I see them myself. A person standing on the outside of you can see your energies and your overall perspective of who you are more clearly. That's why I upload my videos so soon, because I need to see that feedback. I need to see that immediate feedback. It helps me. It lets me know where I'm going wrong and what I can be doing right. As well as it helps me to grow and understand myself better in a way that I can't do alone. Because you guys have literally more skill and experience than I do. Of moving, going through the real world, talking, being in life, things like that. And yeah, I want things safe for you guys. Except oh dang it. Yeah, I do a little more possessively and crazily with my cat though, because when you really, because you sit there and go, yeah, I'm like, I'm like, because it pisses me off. Why are you disturbing the silence like that, bro? Like, just shut up and just come close. Like, he's learning, he's new, and he appreciates me so much. He sends me so much love through the door. He appreciates me taking care of him. Any type of animal is for the little bit of food that it takes to basically take care of him, it's worth it for that peace of mind, that silence. There's nothing, you can't buy that, guys. It's priceless, it's precious. What I give to him is priceless and precious to him. Basically, it means that whenever he's really seriously hungry and he can't find food, he can rely upon me. And he knows that. I've got something in here. I can feed him milk or something retarded that doesn't really feed him or nourish him properly, which wastes his cells. But that community aspect of him being able to sit there and protect my door. He can't sit there and do that otherwise unless I feed him. Whatever 50-cent of food that is, if I can get dog food, it's so cheap. It's worth that just to not have to lock my door. I don't have to lock my door because of him, because of animals. Even though you typically should. And to also keep in mind that locking things also prevents people from, like, free, easy access and entry as well. Well-meaning people, especially. And so they have to take a higher energy method of entry, usually. So, it's one of the fallacies, basically, my parents' generation was to basically, the path of correction was overcorrection instead of, there's a reason why that possum is coming over here, and instead of, like, basically him having to choose a high energy action just to get a little bit of crappy shitty food, of like eating into a bag and basically just destroying the integrity of this. Why would you do that? give him some food to begin with. Some cheap ass food so he can eat some bread or something. Just throw it out there. And it's like, then he won't even bother to touch with this. He won't bother your projects. If you make something nice and edible out for him, like purposeful food scraps, that's all he wants. Rotten apple cores. And basically, one of the points I was trying to make is, if you guys, how any animal treats food in the wild, they basically eat it as fresh as possible. They don't pay attention to mind bacteria. They have no common sense. There's no. When I dive into this bird or into this animal, into your flesh, I'm not thinking about bacteria. I'm just trying to eat everything up as quickly as possible. I'm not going to become diseased by it. My body's not going to suddenly break down as we were taught. Our world isn't out to get us. It isn't out to kill us. Bacteria isn't what you think it is. It's just living cells. You are the master cell. And so, me being taught, being raised to have an aversion to like moldy objects, moldy or decaying foods, and you basically growing up in society, going through YouTube and reading and watching all those videos where like basically in the Samoyeds and the Eskimos where they would ferment foods and fishes and foods and meats and stuff like that until it's basically it's way turned and it's like it's not damaging to them. Kimchi and stuff, like fermentation, it's not a bad thing. You drink it all the time. Beer, good fresh beer, unpasteurized beer is perfect, great for you. Unpasteurized products, food products, unpasteurized juices. But fermentation especially, like, it doesn't bother me anymore. It doesn't. The presence or sign of mold is usually, now I treat it as an indication that it's desirable for life to break down. Otherwise that mold cannot form. If that thing was lacking in nutrient quality, mold would not so easily form, and not so quickly either. I've always said the quicker a food breaks down, and nature wants to break it down, the more it attacks it, the more nutrient quality. It's saying the more nutrient quality that thing has. Things would go bad really quickly. Fish go bad. It starts to smell bad really quickly. It's a good thing. Heck, and even sometimes nowadays I'll even let it turn and I'll let it ferment, and or let it fully dry out, and like it becomes something delicious. It's like it's easier to digest. It's great. And like food, like moldy raspberries, like because my mom buys them for me, but she never eats them or something, and like it's never really clearly known that she's made this out for me, or like she basically the way they live, they basically ignore food sometimes, and it's like basically sometimes I get it so late, and it's just like I open it, I look at it, and it's like there's like moldy and stuff. I'm like, nowadays I'm just like, before like I was like, oh, I'll sort of pick it out, like, oh, I'll be all picky. It's like, no, I don't want that. It's like, have a complete version to it. Nowadays, now it's like, now that I wiped away all those triggers and stuff, and I'm just like, it's like, and this is like food. It's just like, it's in the process of being broken down already. And all the nutrients, all the qualities still there. And I'll do the same thing with like apples that have turned mushy or bruised. Not bruised, but mushy. Especially when they turn suddenly mushy, and it's like there's no obvious sign of decay but that, and it's like I won't throw that away anymore. And like that's what the possum does, and he's fine with it. So why can't I be? And why has society basically raised us to be otherwise? To be so backwards, to be so caring and overly caring, and so overly concerned about this and that, and be so overly clean, and having to use the masks which don't absolutely do nothing at all. And just, we don't need them anyways. It's just basically common sense, science 101, physics understanding. And you had to be properly taught from the beginning and the get-go for the things to properly make sense, and so that you go through your world with a bit more understanding, and so that you're not so afraid of your world. If that makes sense. The indigenous don't worry about those things, and they're perfectly healthy. They're more healthy than you are. They have far fewer problems. Why? Because they're not exposed to all these chemicals and shit. But yeah, anyways, So it's like you have to look at them and us, and you have to like wonder like how we did things back then and how they had such fewer problems, and the reason they lived short lifetimes is because, well, the Illuminati basically made sure that you're always stressed out, always constantly moving, having to do things, having to work for a living, and you're pushed, you're egged on, you're motivated from behind the scenes, and there was a great dark force basically behind all of it. A greedy people, very greedy, very bastard-like people. Everything that they did was against us, against the pursuit, against the peace of happiness. Because why? Because happiness annoyed them. Power annoyed them, it frightened them. They didn't want you happy, they didn't want you peaceful, they didn't want you safe or comfortable. Because if you could think, if you could thought, if you could focus, you could heal your own body. That's how you heal your own body, by thinking about it, by focusing it into health, by working with your cells, by working cell by cell, the connections, the building, getting used to that pain, the reconnection process, knowing what it's like to slowly sit there and rebuild. Because when you're a parent, you sit there and you heal. You don't sit there and game and sleep on devices. You gotta return back to work. You gotta get up there so you can love your kids. And whatever you're going through, you say, be damned with it, I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna focus, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do. Because if you don't, you just sit there otherwise. And it's just with the back injury that you can't really walk away from. So what's all wrong with me? What all happened with that motorcycle accident? A clutch lever basically impelled my arm. It broke it. It pulled the socket out. No, it cracked the joint. And that's why I can put my left arm behind my back almost all the way. You cannot put my left arm into an arm bar, which hurts me because it's been dislocated. It's been broken once. It bends too far. Like you have to like put my arm at almost a 90-degree angle. My body won't let you hurt me that way. And if some kid tried that, I'm like, bro, you have to try way the fuck harder than that. You have to be trying to basically tear my arm off. You better be trying a lot harder than that. What I wanted to say, I was like, what are you doing? Because he was just like, kind of like, I got you. And he's like, no, but you gotta fucking like torque that shit. I'm like, I was wanting him to hurt me, basically. I'm like, bro, come on. Really? Gotta try harder than that. Okay, but the pain response of basically me shattering my skull. Shattering is a very good word. The only thing of my skull which remained was basically the root which was attached to my spine, my neck, and basically the back of my head, but almost all of this was broken through. So whoever the fuck helped me to just basically reconnect and try to just help me connect to myself, you connecting to me helped me connect to myself, because it's basically, this is all dead, and this is like to help me restructure and reorient and pull this thing back up, to pull my nose cavity back up out of the cell. Thank you so fucking much. You're amazing. I know exactly who it was. No, I don't. Actually, at this point, I almost don't. I just know that somebody helped me. Thank you. I wanted to say Luna, but yeah, thank you all. You don't know what that means to me. No, damn it. I want you fucking taking care of yourself and looking after your own shit. Look after your own. You know what I said? Look after your own shit. You got things that people counting on you, just that you would ever choose to have spent it with me. It means the world to me. There's a value which you can't place on that. There is something about the realness of living throughout the physical experience that makes things so real to life. about going through life makes you as the soul realize how precious life is. How precious being alive really is. And why it's so important to spread joy. To be a joy. To be a life. To be life, to be alive. Because you carry those experiences with you. You always do. Yeah, and I want to make sure that you guys remember them as well. So have those little moments. Take the time to slow down, to be at peace, to really enjoy each other's company, to really take each other in. That is so cool. Yeah, to have safe and transformative experiences. One thing is,